Let's talk tech talk.
Hello everyone, welcome to start again. Hello everyone, welcome to Tech for Tech's Tech Talk. This is a live show where we help your IT business grow, and apparently we're having Facebook issues again. So if you are having issues viewing us on Facebook, you can actually see it on YouTube as well. But you're not going to hear this obviously because you can't see it on Facebook. So, but there, that's how it goes anyway. Right, so let's get on with the show. So today's show is about Caseking UK and obviously what they're going to be doing at Techmax, as well as obviously all about them. So first of all, I'm Phil Griffiths. This is Jenny.
Yeah.
And she is the
boss.
There we go.
Was there ever a question about that?
Oh, yes, definitely. We've also got Dean and Stephen on the show. They're going to introduce themselves now. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, Dean, who you are, what you do, and where do you work?
I'm Dean Shaw. I work for Pro Gamersware. I'm the brand manager for all the groups in the UK.
Okay, thank you very much. And Stephen, if you want to obviously introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, so I'm Stephen. I'm also at Pro Gamersware, helping promoting the brands basically that we have in our portfolio.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. And it looks like we do have at least two people managing to log in tonight. So we've got Dan saying evening all, and we've also got Ken Mosley from obviously Canny Clever, hearing and seeing okay on Facebook. So, well, at least one of you are. So that's Facebook for you. Right, if anyone else is on as well, obviously make sure you do comment and mention where you're actually from. We'll give you a shout out. We do have a competition running tonight as well. So, and I'm going to get the actual screen up. So let me just get it up here. So you were in for a chance for winning a APNX, if I can get rid of that one. So an APNX Creator C1 case and an APNX cooler. So all you need to do throughout the show is put your name down as well as your company name, and you're in for a chance of winning one. And Dean and Stephen will pick the winner at the end of the show. So, right, let's get back onto it then. If I do seem a bit slow changing the screens tonight, again, excuse me on that one. They've decided to completely change the software yet again, and everything's on the wrong side of the screen, and we can't find a damn thing. So
they like to keep us on our toes.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. But anyway, so Jen's going to run you just through a bit of tech news first. So if you want to run through the Techmax, I'll bring that up on the screen and then go from there.
All right, it's time to talk Techmax. And speaking of, that's not very far away at all. That's next month, as a matter of fact. That's the 21st. That's a Friday at Magna Science Adventure in Rotherham/Sheffield area. We have two new influencers joining in with us at Techmax, and that's Battle Rigs and GEO's PCs. And they will be joining PCR, Tech for Techs, Mr. Matt Lee, Kit Guru, Gadget Joe, Welshie Tech, iDoctor, and Tech Hunter. Please thank our sponsors when you do come to the event. Our main sponsor is Caseking. The lunch sponsor is Aerocool. The digital sponsor is Iama. The awards are Strong, and the lanyards by MZSoft. And another sponsor is PAX 8. So if you see these people and go to their stands, make sure that you give them lots of love for helping us put the show on in the first place. Because without them, well, that would be a really big struggle. You will also be seeing at Techmax, TechPoint Distribution, EADR, Replace Base, Aerocool, Caseking Strong, Kingston, Bugs and Bytes Computing, Spire Technology, Origin, Seasonic, Be Quiet, Strimplify, Ducky, Thunder X3, ISL Online, ALM Wholesale, VIP Computers, Recycle Your Tech, Urban Factory, Norton, ISL Online, MZSoft, I Know 3D, Arctic, Thermal Take, Lexar, OCPC, Lindy, Target PC Build Services, Target, Logix, Pixel, Prevo, Marvo, Techware, Paxate, Verbatim, Surefire, TP-Link, Iama, Hammond & Co., Cloud Dolphin, Business Bollocks, CMS Distribution, CMS Cables, Samsung, Draytech, QNAP, NCXT, Pluggable, Cables Direct Limited, A-Pacer, Mobile Pixels, Eurosoft, MSI, HCI, Bose Computers, Digi4U, and Gigabyte. So we've got a great, good, big lineup there for you. You need to get your tickets if you hadn't gotten them already. Go to www.tftmax.com and click the purple button on the upper right-hand corner to get your ticket.
There you go. Or you can click on or scan the QR code just in front of Stephen's face at the moment. That'll take you to the Techmax website where you can get tickets. There you go. I'll actually put that QR code at the top left corner now and get rid of the one on Stephen, hopefully, and stick the chat back on. And there we go. Right, okay, so it looks like we've got a few more people tuning in and at least commenting now, so that's good at least. So, right, okay, let's quickly go through the chat and then we'll get on to the main conversation. Any questions about Caseking or anything what Dean and Stephen's going to be telling you about in a few minutes? We'll leave those to the end and we'll go through them there. Obviously, if you've got any questions for them, feel free to ask. I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure Dean will tell you all about the things he's got behind him as well. He usually does, doesn't he? So, yeah. So, new stuff I see there. So, right. So, let's quickly go through. So, we've got Gadget Joe, who's going to be one of the influencers. He's in the chat as well. We've got Evening All at TFT. Hi, Stephen and Dean. That's good, and that's from a LinkedIn user. Unfortunately, it's not putting your name. If you want to comment below, obviously we'll know who it is. It's possibly Market Rayleigh Computers. I can see on another comment. Very nice prizes from Gadget Joe. I'm guessing Gadget Joe wants to have a look at some of those and review them, but no hints there or anything. We've also got Evening All from buildit.im in the sunny Isle of Man. Or build IT, however you want to put it. And obviously, Gadget Joe says, my name is Joe from Gadget Joe. I'm not sure if I can enter or not, as not a company. Well, he's an influencer, and Dean's giving you the thumbs up, and well, there is products, so he should know better. So obviously, there we go. And we've got Raheem as well saying evening from Glasgow. Raheem, if you also obviously put your company name down as well, you've got a chance of winning one of the prizes, which I'm just going to flash on the screen in a second. I wish they'd stop changing this system, but here we go. Get the right screen on. Yeah. Okay. So again, there's the prizes on the screen. As you can see, the award-winning APNX Creator C1 case, as well as an APNX cooler. So, well, award-winning. Well, I think they got an award from us. I'm pretty sure when we reviewed it. So I'm not sure if it's our award it's on about, but it is definitely a good case. Sorry if you hear a beeping at the moment. Unfortunately, the puppy, as we'll say, just suddenly decided at the beginning of the show he needs to go outside. Normally he sleeps through the whole show, so that's how things go. It's going to be one of those days today. Right, so let me just close off that. So, right, Dean, if you want to run us through everything, let us know, obviously, what's going on, and we can do your slideshow, and then we'll go through your question and answers.
Okie dokie. So yeah, we've got a bit of a presentation to show you guys today. We're going to sort of take it in turns, myself and Stephen, to just go through it and give you a sort of an update of what we do and where we're at. Got some news for you guys as well. We've got a bit of behind the scenes, what's coming to Techmax 24 as well, and just general, here to answer questions as much as we can, really. So Stephen's going to kick off with the introduction.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Stephen. I'm going to be helping Caseking put on the show at Techmax. So a bit of history, I guess, about Caseking. It's been around for a while. 2003 was when it was originally founded, but it only started in the UK around 2012. So been going for some time. And I think what's good about our distribution arm is that we we not only just provide the sales, but we help with the marketing, the logistics. We help across the EU as well. Obviously, Caseking UK does focus mostly on UK sales, which makes sense. But we have a lot of products, from cases to modding to cooling, peripherals, even streaming gear, and some other stuff that we'll be announcing later in the show, which is pretty cool. I guess what makes us a little bit different to some distributors is we have quite a lot of range of things that we do. So we can offer plain shipping labels, so we can ship directly to your customer. We have plenty of flexible payment options. What's really good as well is you do get a dedicated account manager. So anything sales wise, any information you need, even if there's an RMA query or you're needing to arrange an RMA, you have a point of contact, which is really cool. We do have a range of exclusive brands as well, not just our own brands that we have. We also manage some other brands, which we'll go through later. But that gives you a bit of a rundown about Caseking. And then on the list, you obviously see Pro Gamersware. So me and Dean do a lot of work for Pro Gamersware. So to give you a bit of an understanding, Pro Gamersware is the manufacturing umbrella. So all of the brands that we'll be showing you tonight is under this company. We have quite a lot of brands now, which we'll flick through and show you. But yeah, there's also some new brands which we'll be teasing tonight and also showing you as well. So there's lots already there, and there's certainly lots to come out this year, which we're actually excited to show you at Techmax, because a lot of this stuff will be showing there first ever in the UK. So really exciting. So yeah, that's basically us.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. I think Dean's taking you on from there.
Yeah. So something that a lot of people spoke to us about Techmax last year, and we actually listened to the feedback, and we went back and we've been working sort of very hard to get this live for this year. And actually, we do now have our own website for Caseking. So you can now order from Caseking. So I've done a step-by-step how you go through it, but I won't read everything out because I'm not going to bore you silly tonight. Obviously, if you want to look back in more detail, this is going to be on YouTube and you can go through at your own leisure. But it's very simple, just like any other purchasing website. So, basically, first of all, you need an account setting up. So step one, if you don't have an account with Caseking already, then you need to complete the customer application form, and that's either at the bottom of the website, so it's caseking.co.uk, as you can see on the bottom, or you can click on the actual sales at Caseking as well. So really easy to get on there and do the application form. So once you've done that, then your application is completed and processed. Then your account manager will send you a password and a login. And then you can actually go in and log into your own account, and then you can process through the different steps. So again, step 4, once you've done your password, you can get onto the trade website by using your email address that you put on your application form and your password. Just skip on to the next one. So placing an order, very simple again. So you log into your own account, into the My Account section, where you can see your details of your account, and you can manage all your details as well there. You can browse through the website, adding items to your shopping basket, just like you do on a normal website, and add to basket button. And then so on. So step 3, shopping bag will open. At the side, as you can see in the middle on the image, you can get your details on there. So from there, you can proceed to your checkout. If you've got finished shopping, you can pay for your order and check out. You can also request a quote. So if you're not just wanting one item and you're wanting quite a considerable amount of the items, you can actually request a quote. This will go to the account manager, and then he'll come back to you shortly and give you the pricing for that. So on, well, it's been covered up a bit. There you go. Paying for an order. So you select the payment method if you wish to use it. So you can either do it via a purchase order if you've already got a credit account set up, which will be part of the application form, or you can actually pay by a debit or a credit card as well. So it's up to you how you want to pay. Again, if you've completed the app and you've requested a 30-day account, then this will be approved by your account manager, and he'll let you know on that one. So when you have selected the payment methods, click on the place the order button. You'll be given a confirmation screen, and when your order has been placed, your account manager will get in touch with you. And that's it. That's as easy as it is. It's very simple, let's say straightforward. We've been testing it out over the last few months, so we know it's up and running and working and no bugs. So so any information, you can either contact myself or Stephen or Lee or Keith at Caseking, and then I'm sure they'll give you guys a hand. So over to Stephen to talk about the brands.
Yeah. I love the website, by the way. It's great that we've done that, because it was like the most request thing when we was at the last show. So it's nice to have it ready for this one. So that's really exciting. But yeah, our own brands, well, as you can see from here, we got quite a few. There are more to come this year, actually, which we're excited to announce, and we are hoping, well, not even hoping, we will be showing them at Techmax, which is really cool, and the products that I think all of you guys will be very excited about. So yeah, if we go to the next slide, I can just sort of go through each brand briefly, just so you can understand what they do. So Aerocool, I'm sure this doesn't need too much explanation. I think you guys probably have heard of Aerocool before, but they do have a lot of chassis to choose from, also power supplies, cooling, pretty much a huge range, to be honest with you. So there's certainly something for everyone. And at the show, we will be showing a massive range from cases and power supplies and so on. So that's really exciting. APNX, if you went to the last Techmax show last year, you probably saw us showing it off. We were showing it off then. I don't think we had stock. There were really early samples, but we do have stock now. And I'm pretty sure that we will be doing some show deals for the customers at the event. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then on the next slide, we have Ducky. So this is a brand we didn't show last year, but this year we're going to be showing a full range from the latest Tinker model. So the Tinker keyboards are ones that you can customize. You can choose your switches, your keycaps, and also the color of the chassis. But they have a huge range of keyboards, and we're looking forward to showing you those there as well. And then Endgame Gear, since the last event, they have also launched a lot of new products. They've got the new 8K mouse, which has been a fantastic seller. It's like one of the best esports mice in the world. It's proven really successful. And also the new keyboard that's come out as well, that's got the Hall effect switches, which is like one of the best switch types you can get on a gaming keyboard. So yeah, very exciting to show Endgame Gear also at this event. And then Gameyak, this is a new brand, so no one's seen this. It's not even launched yet, but we are hoping to launch this soon. But we are going to showcase the whole range pretty much at Techmax, so you can have a play with the keyboards, the mice, headsets. They're really good. I've seen them in person, really good value. But not only that, the quality of it for the value it's extremely good as well. But obviously you'll see that for yourselves when you're at the show. Yeah, they're mechanical keyboards for a start, and the headset is like one of the best headsets I've ever tried for the price, personally. So can't wait to show you guys that new brand. Basically, it's going to be super brand new. And then Colink, again, it's going to be chassis, coolers. I think we're going to take some modern, like modded cables as well. So we'll have a range of braided cables on display from Colink, and I believe they also have some new products coming out just before Techmax. So we're hoping to show you the new products also at the show. Nitro Concepts. Some of you may have heard this brand before. They do a range of chairs and desks. There is actually something new that we're bringing to Techmax. It's super new. In fact, we've only got the samples coming in either this week or next week, which will be taken to the show. But Nitro Concepts will be entering the sim racing market. So we will be showcasing this rig at Techmax. So you guys can obviously go there, have a play in the rig. I'm sure we can do a fastest lap competition or something like that while we're there, just to have a bit of fun. But yeah, no, really excited to show you those. In fact, I've not even seen them in person yet, so to actually showcase it at this show is very exciting. And then moving on to Streamplify, they do a massive range of streaming equipment from webcams to lighting. They even do a green screen. They also have new products coming out this year that are very different to what you see on the screen there. So I won't talk too much about that. It's still in early stages, but I'm pretty confident that we will have them on display at the show. And yeah, really looking forward to that. And then Thunder X3. There are also some new chairs coming. We will be taking the Core and the XTC, which is what you see on the screen there, but there are some new models coming out this year as well. I believe they're being showcased at Computex, so our aim is to obviously get those from the show, get them here in the UK and showcase them for the first time at Techmax. Yeah, the big question mark, where it's something we can't really talk about, but it's basically to hint that there are more brands coming, which we think that you're going to love. One of these brands, can't really say, but but it's going to be at Techmax, and I think it's going to draw a lot of attention and a lot of eyes to the product, and it's going to be extremely popular. That's for sure. So we can't wait to showcase that. So yeah, that's kind of a quick run through on the products. Obviously, when you're at the show, feel free to grab one of us, either myself, Dean, Lee and Keith will be there, Steve, Vino. There's quite a few of us going to be on the stand. So if you want to find more about the brands or the products in particular, then obviously just grab us and we're more than happy to help.
Yeah, just adding on something from Stephen there as well. So 2 weeks before, I'm in actually Taiwan in Computex. For those that don't know what Computex is, it's the biggest sort of tech trade show in the world, and we've got international customers coming from all over the world, descending on us for a week there. So I will be launching all the new products that we will be doing and the new brands, but hot-footing it straight from Computex back home, but closely following behind me on a container on a plane will be a lot of the products that we'll be showcasing there. So everybody that comes to Techmax will be the first people, apart from the people who have seen it in Computex, in the world to see the new products. So again, I did the same with APNX. Literally, we packed it up on the stand and it was shipped straight back to the UK so we could show it last year. So hopefully you will see a lot of products that will be coming out in Q3, Q4 that are not out yet, and you'll be able to test them. And as Stephen said, we'll have new chairs there. We've got quite a few new chairs coming out, new colours of chairs as well. Again, listening to feedback, especially for the Core chair, we've now got that in a fabric dark charcoal grey, because a lot of people said that they like the fabric, but it was a bit bright, a bit light for everyday use. So we've had that manufactured and we've got that in stock now as well in Caseking. So a lot of firsts at the show. We're going to be really excited to show everybody there what we've got to come. And again, what Stephen said about the new brand, that is going to be mind blowing. It's, you know, I've been part of the build up and the sort of growth of that over the last year, and every step's been blowing me away with what we're doing with that. So I say we can't say any more, but for the show we will have those products on show at Techmax as an exclusive.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take a big suitcase with you, Dean, to fit all of that in to bring it back.
Yeah, I booked 2 suitcases, and I'm going with just a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. So I'm so yeah, it's coming back with me as usual. So yeah, on to the giveaway. So yeah, as Phil said earlier, design or award winning. Yeah, it's won multiple awards, and especially one from Tech for Techs as well. But also we've won the IF, the Red Dot Award for design for the actual case and the cooler this year as well, which we're very proud to get. You know, I still love this case and the cooler. It looks so cool. You know, it's really sleek. It's a really nice built case, and the thermals are really good as well. But you know, it comes in 3 colors for those who have not seen it before. We do the white, the black, and we do one that's actually got. If anybody's seen the cars that are modded, and you look at it and it's sort of a blue color, then you move to the side and it changes to a purple color. That's the one we've got. We call it Chroma Flare, and it's like a bimetallic paint that changes color, which is really cool. So we've got these in stock now at Caseking. You know, they are doing really well. A lot of our customers are using them now in builds. But you know, if you want any other information, just get in touch with us. But yeah, we're going to give one away. So I've been just scanning. I had a quick scan down the list. One name just sort of the first name I looked at was Mark. Is it? I'm not sure. If Phil can help me out, I think it's Mark.
Let me have a look.
I just saw Mark. Let's have a. Oh, Rayleigh at Rayleigh Computers.
There you go. So there you go. Well done, Mark at Rayleigh Computers. Oh, I was having to scroll through then trying to find him. He's watching on LinkedIn.
It's just one of the first ones that I saw when it first came up. So,
right.
So yeah, so you won a Creator C1 case and a cooler.
There you go. Well done, guys. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that you'll find good use to it. I don't know if you've ever seen their store, Dean. It looks pretty neat inside there.
I've seen the photos. It looks really cool.
There we go. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Right. So if you guys have been hearing a dog crying or whatever, unfortunately, that's our Bond. He's been a little bit of a naughty boy tonight. Let me just stick him on camera for everyone to see.
Human resources guide over
there. He is. He's having a walk around at the moment. So yeah, so he's been a bit of a pain, but that's how it goes. Right, okay, right. Let's get back onto it. Before we go on to the question Q&A, let me just stick your website on so people can actually see the website in person who haven't actually clicked on the link. So let me put it on there. Obviously, Steve, if you want to run us through it as I'm scrolling through, feel free.
Yeah, so it's quite simple, really. We tried to keep it clean and simple for everyone to use. So it's just like almost any other shopping site, right, where you just add what you'd like to the basket. You can obviously change the quantity. You won't see the pricing until you log in. So you will have to have an account with Caseking already. If you don't have a website account, but you already have an account with us, just let your account manager know. So whether it's Lee or Keith or Dean, they can just get you set up on this website. So you can obviously log in and see all the features, the prices, and everything, and place orders basically. So, but yeah, we've got a huge range available. There's a lot of filters as well, so you can search per brand and per product. So it's really easy to also find what you're looking for. And yeah, there's the Chroma Flare one that Dean was just talking about.
Yeah, it's nice to see that how many different cases you've got on there. Let's have a look. 283 are listed, or 227 in stock. So that's a hell of a choice people have got for cases there.
You're almost spoilt for choice.
Exactly. So there's definitely quite a few on there. And again, it goes the same for the cooling as well. 178 cooling products. So there's definitely some big choices there for people
Nice
if they're
looking
wanting.
stuff.
The website looks nice and clean as well, which is good.
That means so much when you're ordering, because the last thing you want is a whole bunch of junk you don't need to know about hitting you right in the face. You just want to see a nice picture of the product, nice clear picture and a brief description. And if you're interested, you'll click on it for the rest of it.
That's it. So definitely nice and smooth. I've not purchased anything on there, but from what I can see, it seems to work
Looks like it'd be easy.
like it should. There's plenty of websites I've seen out there, especially from distributors, which are so 1990s. It's probably the best way of putting it. So it looks like they haven't updated them in a long time, but it's nice to see Case King has actually got a website what people can purchase stuff on.
Clean and tidy website.
Yeah, let's turn that one off now. Then let's go back to the chat. Then, so we'll go through any questions people have got. So let me stick the chat back on the side of the screen. Right, let's have a look. So we've got Ken saying, let's have a look. A big hello to Bond, who sounds like he wants to take part in the show. Duke, which is obviously, if you don't know, Ken's also got a black Labrador as well called Duke, and one called Prince is also listening as well. Let's have a look. The next one was about the winning chance, which we've already done that. So we've got William saying, brilliant to see this launched. Lee was talking about this a few months ago, and when it went quiet, was worried it had been forgotten. So Lee's obviously won it. What is Lee's official title? Is he the account manager or
senior account manager?
Senior account manager. Is that anything to do with his age, or is that to do because he's been there a while?
No, he just looks old.
I'm going to tell him you said that, Dean.
He'll be watching this.
Yeah.
There we go. So we've got obviously Kieran Francis saying from Cloud Dolphin, who will actually be exhibiting at the event, showing off his services. Cloud Blackup saying hello, everyone, which is pretty good. We've also got Robert McKendrick saying Inverness Computer Centre, evening from Inverness Computer Centre. Looking forward to Techmax. That's good. Good to see you there, Robert. We've got Gadget Joe saying, I learned something new then. I had no idea companies like Streamplify, etc. were part of the Pro Gamers group. So there you go. Well, you know, and there's plenty other brands, and by the sounds of it, more coming. So that will be very interesting to see. And well, I'm going to get Dean to tie it up on air to make sure that he actually sends us some products to review to show off as well. So, no. Oh, right, let's end the show. Right, okay. So, we've got Gadget Joe saying, very impressive lineup of companies. Looking forward to seeing some of the products at the show. And well done, Mark. We've got Mark at RCS saying, lovely, thank you, Dean and Stephen. Mark, if you want to, have you got Mark's details, Dean, to send him the items?
I'm pretty sure we have.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll have him on the database.
Yeah, well, if not, obviously, just contact me and I'll contact him and so forth. But there we go. So we've got Richard Richard Creedy saying, evening all, and sorry is late again. Come on, Richard.
Come on, Richard. You know
time
what
every
time
week.
it is.
8 o'clock every week. Come on. There we go. William saying, I noticed CPU, motherboards, etc. are not on the Case King website. Is there a reason for this?
I don't think there's necessarily a reason. I think we've always specialised in cases. I guess that's where Case King comes from, right? That is our speciality. And we have ventured out into cooling, more and more peripherals. So you never know in the future, it could change, but right now we are limited to what we have in terms of like our exclusive partners and companies that we work with.
Yeah,
okay.
It's so on the, as you saw on the website, we have our own group brands that we actually own and run. but we do have, as Stephen said, we do have other brands on there. But at the moment, I think it's not the CPUs and motherboards.
Okay. It's a good question, actually, from William, because I must admit I've said this about other distributors before, because, and again, this is from an independence point of view, is usually when they're buying everything, they want to buy it all from one place rather than shopping around, so they can just order everything and don't have to go to 2 or 3 different places. So would be nice, something for you guys to potentially look at in the future. But yeah, so I definitely agree with what William's saying there. But
because when I would be placing an order for a system, the last thing I'd want to do is have to go to distribution A for CPU and motherboard and RAM and blah blah blah, and then go to B for a case, and then so forth and so on, when I could get it all at one big distribution center of choice.
But don't get me wrong, what you have got on there is brilliant.
It is brilliant. It's probably
nice to have
it outdoes any distribution I've ever seen as far as cases go, the selection. Mm-hmm. But I would definitely consider even just a few motherboards, of maybe one brand, offerings. And
it's just something,
yeah.
Right, let's get back to chat then. So we've got Celtic Computers or Celtic Computers. I always say Celtic.
It's Celtic.
I know it's Celtic, but I always say Celtic.
I know, I do
get told off all the time. But we've got Celtic Computers saying evening. It's Graham and I'm guessing Poppy's not watching, but Graham's watching anyway. And you've got Richard Creedy saying he's from Great Computer Services. On page 2, okay, this is from Cormac of the register. I'm just getting a white screen. Okay, so on page 2 of the register.
Cormac, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
There we go, yeah. I think he's been on too much of that Irish cream, I reckon. But there we go. So, or you need to get a different computer than a potato computer, Cormac.
He uses a Chromebook,
Oh, does he? Is it Chromebook? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I thought it was a potato book. But there we go. Right, okay. I've got some questions what came in before. First question is do you need to be VAT registered?
No.
No. Okay. So basically just a bona fide business, obviously, and so forth. Obviously, if you probably need credit services, they may need a bit more information and stuff.
Yeah. Once you've completed your application form, you should know where you stand on everything, and it's very simple.
Yeah, It's a case by case basis, so depending on who we're working with, so it depends on the finance options. But yeah, you don't have to be VAT registered. But yeah, all good.
Okay, well that's a good answer there. So, I think you've already answered this question, but are the products you sell exclusive?
Yes. We have exclusive brands. So, for example, we work with Fantex, Lian Li, companies like that. So we do have certain brands that we have within you'll see on our website to choose from. So yeah, we are.
As well as another distribution brand.
Muted me mic there. Right, that sounds good. Richard Creedy says, the reason he was late, he was working in a fat club. That's not the sort of thing I would have probably put on there for everyone to see, Richard, but good to you.
Well done, mate.
Rich Creedy also says, do you do cash accounts? So you don't need credit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Payment options are there, within the application. So you can do whatever you like. So obviously you've got to apply for a credit account, and if you're eligible, then you get a credit account. Otherwise, you can pay debit cards. You can pay credit cards any way you like.
Okay, sounds pretty good. I'm pretty sure, Rich, if you're nice enough to them, they'll even sell you a few for cash in hand behind the pub or something like that. But
no.
There we go. Right, okay. Right, let's go on to the next question then. Warranty. What are the warranty terms on your items? And do we send them back direct to Caseking, or do they have to go to the actual vendor itself?
it's all through Caseking. So you'll have a dedicated account manager from start to finish, basically. So whether it comes to sales or customer service, or you're just wanting to help with like logistics, they can help you with that. But also the returns process is something that they'll help you with. So it will just go back to Caseking. Yeah, no issues at all. The warranty terms vary, I guess, per brand, but we can obviously let you guys know before ordering what that would be. But everything is managed by us, which keeps things simple.
Microphone muted.
I was just going to say.
So it's all right. It's when you got a hound crying in the background. I was trying to keep him quiet, but he's leaving the room now. So, but basics is William's asking about support. What support do you offer shops and businesses, i.e., marketing, pricing, sales, and so forth?
I'll answer that one, Stephen. So I sort of joined. So obviously, a lot of people know me from Aerocool, where I manage Aerocool. So I look after all the group brands now. And part of my remit is to help you guys and support you guys in growing your business. So I work on a case by case scenario because every business is different. People need different support in different areas. So what I can say is contact us and we'll have a chat. Maybe come down and see you and work out a plan. But yeah, that's what we're here to. We're here to help you.
Okay, that's a good answer on that one. And we've also got a question again to do with warranties. Can you actually get parts for the item? I'm presuming it means so. For example, if you smash the side of one of the cases, can you just get the side or whatnot? Or a wheel breaks off a chair or something? Can you get a new wheel?
It depends on the product. Some products and cases we do have some spare parts. Some we don't. So it all depends on the product. Chairs, we can provide wheels and bits and pieces, or backrests or whatever, depending on the length of time of the warranty. Some of the chairs have got 2 years warranty. Some of the car chairs, the car chair that I'm sat on today, that's got 3 years warranty. So we'll try and help you out with parts, obviously, because we don't want your customer having to send the chair back, and it's a pain that you've got to do all that, and it takes a long time. We're quite happy to post out if you give us the details, we'll post the part out to the customer or to yourselves.
Okay, sounds pretty good. That just to give you guys who are watching the show an idea what type of chairs that me and Jen use. That's the back of her chair, but if I spin it around, you can see they're Thunder X3 chairs. And one of the reasons why you like these chairs is because they don't creak and crack like a lot of chairs do. So I'm happy with these. Last thing we want, okay, yes, we've got a noisy dog what's been making a racket tonight, but the chairs have been nice and quiet, so which is good. But yeah, so definitely do like the chairs, and I must admit we've got a couple of those core chairs as well, and they are beauties, those ones are, so that's pretty good. Right, people in the chat, is there anything else you would like to ask, or have you got any questions, or I don't know, no one's asked about the things in the back of Dean's room or anything like that, or even Stephen's room, let alone. So if anyone's got any questions about that, feel free. Which is pretty good. I'm going to address this question I've got here. You've sort of addressed it at the beginning of anyway, and this I always see gets asked anyway, is Caseking actually overclockers? And why should I buy from a company that is actually a competitor?
Shall I answer that, Stephen? Yeah. Okay, so the group structure, so our sort of mother ship is Pro Gamers Group. That's the big group that owns Pro Gamersware. So as Stephen said earlier, Pro Gamersware is the brand side, so all the manufacturing and development of the products. Then we've got Caseking, That's part of the group. That is the distribution side of the group, which acts on its own independently. And then in different regions around the world, we have retail entities. Now, these are run totally on their own as their own entity. Like Overclockers is part of the group, but is run independently in the UK. Against Pro Gamersware, and then obviously we've got Caseking. So we're separate. We all do work together, obviously because we're one group. Obviously they order the same products, but obviously they have a lot more products than say Caseking do, and they don't just sell own brands. But yeah, again, they run separately as a separate business.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. We've got one from Gadget Joe talking about chairs. He's saying, my issue with chairs is finding one big enough for me and my weight. He's lost 5 stone, but still 19 stone, and he's a big lad. I've got a big chair currently, but still looking for another ideal chair. One I would recommend is the one what Dean was talking about before. It's the core one he's sitting on. There, I've got one myself. Well, you can tell I'm not the skinniest person in the world. I'm 6'6", so I'm definitely not the shortest, and it fits me absolutely fine. So, and is it the Core? It's called again, Dean? Yeah. So that's a Thunder X3 Core. So they're very nice chairs. They've got like the fabric feel one and leather feel one as well, and grey and a sort of a blacky colour into it, if I'm right. Yeah. Okay. So, but saying that, even these ones, I can't remember what the model is of these, Dean. You'll know. This is fitting me pretty well. You can see the headrest is pretty much level with the top of my head there. And again, I'm quite tall, and there's plenty of width on the chair as well. So maybe something you look at. Or if you come into Techmax anyway, Gadget Joe, I'm guessing Dean's going to have plenty of chairs there. Well, he is going to have plenty of chairs there. I know that. So there'll be plenty for you to try, and then you'll be able to have a word from him, and he'll let you know. So that's pretty good. The XTC also looks good according to William as well. So that's good. Richard Creedy said USB ports, etc. I'm guessing he's asking, do you sell USB ports and etc.? I'm not sure what his actual question is there. But
we technically do. We like Streamplify do the USB hubs. So there's various different hubs. But I don't know if that was reference to the spare parts conversation we was talking about.
Possibly, yes. That's it. So.
Which, some cases we will, but we would support each customer with whatever issue there is, really. We'll try and be as helpful as we can. Obviously, there's so many different things that can go wrong with products. Lucky enough, it's not that common. Some of the products that we have, they've got really good warranties on them, and they tend to be decent quality, but we appreciate that some things obviously do go wrong, so we just help. It's the spare part. So we just help where we can on a case-by-case basis, whatever the issue is. But we do have a lot of spare parts in our warehouse, so usually we can solve an issue quite quickly.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So I think that covers it for most of the questions. I'm just having a look. I don't have any more on my list, and chat doesn't seem to have sent any more in, so I'm going to give them 1 minute to send any last minute questions in. So if anyone else has got any more questions and you want to know about Caseking, or you've got any more questions about the overclocker side of things, or the pro gamers side of things, or any of the products, feel free. This is your time now. Otherwise, if you've got any questions about what they're going to be doing at Techmax, again, ask now. We've just got Gadget So saying, all of a sudden, that 86-inch display you were stood next to, Phil, seems even more enormous after finding out you're 6'6". Yeah. So if people haven't seen the picture, there's basically a picture of me going around of one of the screens we've got for the presentations at Techmax. Because last year, in all honesty, the screen we would display was well, it ended up being a projector that we was told was going to be a lot bigger than it actually was actually quite small, and the viewable size was probably less than 32 inches. We've got a nice big 86-inch screen for the presentations this year, courtesy of Iyama, and we've also will have a couple of more displays going around the unit, sort of in the portrait mode, basically telling people where things are in the venue and stuff like that, and who the sponsors are and what time the shows are and stuff like that, which we've had running non-stop for a week just to make sure they don't cut out any time and stuff like that, which they haven't, which is pretty good. So yeah, definitely Gadget Joe. It is a big screen. So 86, it doesn't, you go from like a 65, which sounds big and is big, and an 86 is, you think, oh, it's only another 20, but it is huge. It is really huge and heavy as well. We've had to hire a separate van just to get that up there because it doesn't fit in the back of my pickup. It gives you a rough idea how big it is. So, right. Okay, so Dean, it doesn't look like we've got any more questions, so I'm going to ask you just to give yourself a plug and tell everyone about yourselves. If there's anything you think they should know, last chance basically promoting yourself.
Okay, so yeah, as we've shown today, we're there to support. Well, I'm there to support the customers and grow the business, help that. We've been doing a lot of trips out on the road. We've got a lot more planned in. So, if we've not come to see you yet, just get in touch and we'll let you know when we're sort of in the area or we're looking to plan to come to see you. And so, as I said before, there's lots of really good stuff coming. As Phil said before, chairs. There's lots of good new chairs coming out again. We're growing on the core side of the chairs as well. So we will have a good, better and best option for all the customers as well. I think Stephen also mentioned that we can do a drop ship offering with a blank invoice from Caseking. So if you not wanted to keep the big bulky chairs in your stores and you want it to be able to offer it, but deliver it next day to your customer, that's a really good option for the chairs. I say, just hopefully you will get down to Techmax. We've got a lot to show you guys this year. It's going to be really excited. We've been working hard behind the scenes with the production of all the new products as well. The group's vastly grown over the last year from going back to Computix last year. So there's lots of things happening, and it's good stuff. It's all positive stuff. So So again, for those who know me, if you need to know anything or you want any help, just give us a shout.
Okay, that's brilliant. We do have one question which someone sent me in private. Probably don't want the name showing for whatever reason. It's to do our overclockers. They were saying basically, if something's available at overclockers, can they buy it through Caseking?
Not necessarily, because as I said, overclockers is run independently. So Caseking buy in the distribution brands, and overclockers purchase other brands as well. So this is why at the moment, you can buy a motherboard or a CPU from overclockers, but Caseking don't sell CPUs and motherboards. So it's a check, always check. But whatever's on the caseking.co.uk website, this is what we've got for offering at the moment. But like you said earlier, for the motherboards, CPUs, it is something that we're looking at, and we're looking at increasing the brands within Caseking as well.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you buying from overclockers, but obviously you wouldn't get any trade price, and there's no structure there because we're obviously the distributor. We're getting the trade price in and selling these products, whereas there's no way of just not possible, I guess, with overclockers trying to resell because it's just a separate arm completely.
Yeah. It's like Ghostbusters. The streams don't cross.
That's one way of putting it. If you guys haven't realised already, Dean's a bit of a movie buff, especially sci-fi by the looks of it with his background. I know he likes his Star Wars and stuff. But yeah, just to give you guys an idea as well where you'll find Case King at the show. I'm just going to put up its slightly out-of-date map, but it gives you a rough idea. So this is the sort of layout of the huge exhibition room. Doesn't look big on the map, but that's like about 100, 120 meters long and about 40 meters wide. So it's quite big. Case King's going to be on the tables 1 through 10, which is basically opposite that black area towards the bottom of the map, which is the reception. So they've got a huge basically island in the pretty much the center of the main exhibition hall. So it gives you a rough idea. And for anyone who did come last year and was wondering how much bigger or how many more exhibition slots there are, basically, if you see the third island before, it cut off about halfway through there, and then we had the talks on the right-hand side of the room. Well, now we're utilising that whole side of the room, as well as where there was some seating area, which is in grey at the bottom in the previous year. That's our overflow area, which is near enough full up as well. Don't worry, though, we do have seating in many different places, so you don't have to worry about that if you do want to have a sit-down throughout. We've just had a slight move around to optimise the amount of people we can get in there and show off for you. So there we go. Right, Stephen, your last chance to sell it. Is there anything you'd like to add on to the end of the show?
Well, if you need to sit down at the event, obviously we'll have chairs on our booth, so feel free to join us. But yeah, if you have any feedback, we're obviously keen to sort of take them on board. I think since the last show, we've made a lot of improvements, changes. Obviously, we've got the new website, and then we're just really excited to show you all the new products and new brands. It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to the show myself. It's a great show, and can't wait to be there.
Yeah. Just to add on to the end of the show, if you haven't checked out their website, I'm going to put a QR code right in front of Stephen's face now. So he's going to have to peer up over it. There we go. You've also got the address there, which is caseking.co.uk. Now, I must admit, Case King's been around a good few years, and we never really used it. I think we used them a couple of times when we had the store, and the main reason was because they didn't have a website. We needed to find prices there. We didn't have time to ring through to an account manager and stuff. But I had a look through, looked at the price, and they're very attractive. If you've seen prices elsewhere of the products, there are, for example, let's say overclockers, they're going to be a lot cheaper than they are at overclockers, obviously, if they're their own brands, what they sell at the Case King and so forth. So I would suggest you check it out, even if you just create an account or whatever, you've got it there on hand if you ever do wish to buy anything. And I'm pretty sure the guys will have a lot to show off. And another thing as well, if you guys are unaware, the Case King are the main sponsors of Techmax. They were, or should I say, Aerocool, which is obviously part of all that group, have been the sponsor for the 2 previous years as well. So obviously they are a big reason why we're able to do Techmax, because the main sponsor obviously helps pay for the venue and the meals. For example, Aerocool sponsoring the lunchtime and so forth, and the cups of teas and cup of water and all this, that, and the other. Case King's going to be covering all that. So it's very nice that obviously these guys are able to support us. So just, if nothing else, just have a check out of their website, have a look, and just to say thank you, just to have a look to see what they've got. I'm pretty sure everyone will find something on there that they'd find interesting, especially when they've got, I think it was 250 different computer cases. I don't know any other distributor what's got that many different cases and that sort of wide range. That's quite a huge amount, so you should find something for everyone there. Right, okay, I think we're going to call it a night. Jen's not going to say night because she's too busy looking after the dog, unfortunately, which we're going to have to figure out another way how to do next week's show with him if he's going to play up again. But I'd like to say, obviously, thank you to Dean and Stephen for joining us tonight, and the guys at Case King for allowing us to obviously have them on the show. and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them in a few weeks' time. And obviously, thank you for everyone who's watched tonight. I'm pretty sure we covered everyone's questions and read everything out. But if you have got any more questions, let me know, and I'll pass them on to Dean or Stephen, and then obviously they can feed back the information to myself or you directly. But otherwise, we'll see you all next week. We do have another show planned for next week. We'll announce that in the week because we're just waiting for 100% confirmation. But there should be a show on next Thursday at 8 o'clock as planned. So I'd like to say good night, everyone, and we will see you next time. If not, we'll see you at Techmax on the 21st of June. And I'm going to leave you with this. So good night, everyone.